how did you get leads to your AI teaching business? Did you cold email corporate businesses? What was your main method? A couple of things. Cold email, no. I have used cold email previously in businesses and it works. It can work. It's complex though, and I don't recommend it if you're not technical. If you are going to do cold emailing, make sure you don't use your main primary business email. That's the biggest piece of information or the biggest piece of advice, because you will get it slapped down. Instead, create domains. So like iamkyle.com, wouldn't use, sorry, that's not my username. That's not my address. aiwithkyle.com I would not use, but I could use like a .org, a .net, .so, .io, etc. Those are fine. So you use secondary domains. And then you can use something like snove.io or Snovio, I don't know how you say it, to run cold campaigns. It works fine. That's not how I personally did it. So I started to sell workshops. So when I started, I was not comfortable doing public speaking. I was not comfortable getting up on stage. So I actually started with small workshops pro bono to charities. And they were small, they were 5 to 10 people, and then built up from there. That allowed me to build up my confidence in the material. It allowed me to test the workshop material. It allowed me to get my own confidence up as well, as public speaking did not come naturally to me. And then from there, I started to get referrals and testimonials and to scale up from that point. I highly recommend my students do that. They are going out and getting workshops. You then overlay on top of that, reaching out to low-hanging fruit. So your own existing network. That is going to be the easiest way. So there's an activity I give my cohorts, which is literally, all right, write down 3 people that you can email and ask if they or anyone they know would be interested in AI training, and just do it. Just go ahead and email them. So don't overthink it. Don't think about the messaging too much. Just shoot them a text message saying, hey, is there anyone who would be interested in AI training, or would you be interested yourself, your company? It works really well. And once you get that first workshop, either a charity workshop or via your personal network, you can build momentum, because once you have a first one done, you get reviews, you get a testimonial, you can get a photo of you on stage, and suddenly it becomes more real. In terms of the marketing material, yes, sure, but also for yourself. You now know, oh, I am a workshop facilitator, which is a great boost to the confidence, and it makes it easier to start talking to other companies. And in terms of cold outreach, I recommend LinkedIn via something like LinkedIn Helper or called Alfred, meetalfred.com. Generally, cold outreach on LinkedIn doesn't work very well. If you spend any amount of time on LinkedIn, you know how annoying those messages are. But because there's such a huge amount of demand for AI education right now, and because every company on earth is, what do we do? Because of that, you can send LinkedIn messages to heads of learning and development, of training, etc. at corporations, and you will get hits, as it is so top of mind right now. So that works really well. And then you just send them over a one-pager. So you don't pitch them. You say, I know, training workshops, do 1-hour workshops. We can introduce your staff to use AI safely and increase their productivity. Would you be interested? If so, I'll send you over a one-pager. Nice and simple. That's basically the message I send. And then along with all of this, so low-hanging fruit, early charity pro bono work, LinkedIn outreach, you can then overlay things like content creation. So right now, what I highly recommend, even if you're not giving workshops, is if you are in a particular niche, so let's say you work in social enterprises, or you work in sustainability, or you work in marketing, or you work in education, whatever it is, those spaces generally don't have an AI expert. Lots of people talk about AI, but in a very general sense. Very few niches have their own person who has basically claimed the space. And if they do, it would generally be 1 or 2 people. It's incredibly open right now, because remember, the latest iteration of this technology is quite new, and we're all learning at the same time. So I don't come from a technical background, but I end up having conversations with people who are at the top of this field, because it's not a huge discrepancy between people, because we are all learning at the same time. So you can build up an audience in your particular niche, and you do that by helping to translate what's happening in the world of AI into that industry. So if you work in education, for example, you're going to be the one who absorbs all the news, all of the updates, what's going on in artificial intelligence, and then you bring it to other people in the education industry who are behind you. Doing that, huge service, but it also opens up opportunities for speaking, for workshops, for advisory, etc. And it is still relatively open. It's an open field kind of thing. However, Content marketing, inbound marketing in general, takes a longer time. It takes 6 months, 12 months of consistent work before you're going to see any kind of activity. Whereas outbound, like LinkedIn messaging or literally reaching out to your local network, that's going to be a lot faster. In my AI workshop cohort, I actually have 30 days of activities. It's this every single day, help you get that first workshop, and it's 30 different activities, giving you different outreach targets. There's lots of different ways to do it, honestly. Marketing is a wide field. It's what I did before artificial intelligence.